anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for joining us here at the National Self-Storage Investment Club. We're the nation's leading and fastest growing investment club, almost up to 100 members, guys. After just three or 4 months, we started this. And we started this with the intention to provide a kind of a one-stop shop where people can come together, share best practices, learn about the industry, and it really has grown into something that is of big help, not just to industry vets, but we also have a lot of first-time buyers who have learned information, they've made connections, they've formed capital partnerships, and have went out and bought storage facilities. So anyway, that's why we exist, to build relationships, to learn and to grow, and to get deals done. And today, guys, we have a very very special guest with us today, who's a lover of 1990s hip hop, guys. So our guest today has one of the most unique backgrounds in self-storage. Chris Berg grew up in Fargo, North Dakota, and went on to play quarterback at Stanford University under legendary coaches Dennis Green and Bill Walsh. You guys know those guys? And of course you do. So following his football career, Chris spent 13 years in the media industry, where he had the opportunity to interview the President of the United States on 3 separate occasions. That's pretty big, man. He also traveled the world with world-renowned business speaker, and strategist Tony Robbins. Today, Chris serves as head of business development and land acquisitions for Abernathy Development, where he has spent the last 3.5 years helping to identify, acquire, and develop self-storage projects throughout California and Arizona. In addition to overseeing development opportunities, Chris is helping build an innovative AI-powered technology platform designed to transform how investors evaluate self-storage markets and development opportunities. So guys, please help me welcome to the club, Chris Berg. Hey Chris, man, appreciate you joining us, man.
We love it. Great to be here. And first, man, thank you for putting this group together. As you said in the intro, it's been incredible to watch the growth, and we had Liz on and Brett, and just to hear from their stories. So it's pretty humbling and an honor to be with you today. So thank you very much for asking me, man.
No problem, man. Thank you for having us, dude. I mean, we got to have you, man. You're one of the, I probably would have to say, you're one of the most recognizable names on LinkedIn when it comes to storage.
Thank you.
I mean, just constantly posting, providing updates, sharing best practices. So no, we definitely had to have you on and get you to talk about your experience. So look, before we get into business stuff, I gotta ask. So to live and die in LA, Tupac. What's the
I mean, you definitely hit like, 90s hip hop, obviously part of I just love it. We got Snoop and Biggie and all those guys. But then, I mean, LA right now, right? Everyone's kind of, I don't know, has its challenges with LA. And then you think about it, we've got the World Cup right now and the Super Bowl in 27, the Olympics in 28. And just thought, you and I both being in the area, might as well pay tribute to LA and see where this thing ends up in a few years.
No, it's funny because I guess it seems that the storage owners, I guess the storage industry is a big fan of 90s hip hop. so you, Tupac, when we had Brett on, he was a Biggie fan, so we played Hypnotize. And then Liz, her song was Baby Got Back, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I don't know what that says about storage people, but I'll go with it, man. I'm in a good crowd.
Oh man, that's fun, man. Hey, how was it? So Fargo, North Dakota. I've never been to North Dakota, but anytime I hear something Dakota, North Dakota, South Dakota, I think code. how and I don't hear about. I know you played at Stanford, and I don't really hear about many football players coming out of some of these cold regions where you can only play football during certain months. Like how was that, man? Growing up in Fargo, North Dakota, how was that?
I mean, definitely pretty much grew up on skates, and my colleague here, Nate, is with us. He can speak to this as well. There's days back in North Dakota, it's 40, 50 below wind chill, and you're just
Right.
like, this is not human, right? And so obviously, every time I'm out here in California, and even before I came back out here, people are like, man, you're going back to California. It's a little bit, crazy out there, but I'm grateful because I'll bounce over to Malibu every now and then and hit the beach. And so
There we
it's
go.
like heaven being out here for me.
There you go. There you go. Cool. Cool. Well, hey guys, we're gonna get into some Q&A with Chris, and if you as we're talking and conversating, if you guys have any questions, you don't do not be shy. You can put your questions in the chat, or if you want to blurt out something like Shayna will probably blurt out something because she's not shy. Just blurt it out. Blurt it out. So, Chris, first question. Can you talk about just your experience with storage development?
Yeah, so as you mentioned in the intro, it's been about 3.5 years now. Been very, very blessed. We got a great team. Nate Meadows is on here. He's the president of our development business as well, and we've got a great partnership with a JV. And so, it's been fun for me because as we talk about sports and you playing hoops and me playing football, I'm curious if you've got kind of a similar underwriting process, but it's been fun for me because I've kind of approached it like a football game plan. You've got the offensive game plan where you're looking at
Yep.
demographics and,
Yep.
hey, does this site have the right rates? Is there low supply? But then there's also the defensive side of the game plan where it's like, okay, we like this land here, but are there other parcels around it that potentially could be more incoming supply that put us in a lease-up battle? And so as I've been doing this, it's been really fun to take that approach. And obviously, anytime I can be taking kind of a football type approach, it makes it a lot more fun.
Right, right, right. So you talked about just the approach. Can you talk about just talk about your approach? Like, what is it that you're looking at? Like, what's the top factors that you're looking at when you're selecting a site for development or even existing sites? Because I know you do a lot of development, but you would buy an existing site if the opportunity came about. So, like, what are some
So
of those factors you're looking at?
we haven't done any existing yet, but obviously, if it's the right situation, we might. So, I hate to make it simple, but I had a great mentor, Brandon, that said simple, good, complex, bad. So I'm going to do my best to keep it super simple. And
Right.
I'm just going to say supply and demand. It really is that simple. And if there's low supply and a high demand, I know we're going to jump more into a way to actually formulaically measure demand later on. But one of the things that can show you demand is rates. And so if you've got good rental rates and low supply, that typically is a good starting point for us.
Yeah, I got you. What else are you looking at in terms of like okay, demographics or things with the city, ease of construction? Like, yeah, what are some of the